Yeah,
Zero
but
sucks. I mean, what?
Yeah, good.
but damn, you know what? Now I'm gonna Google is wine and Coke a
Yeah, actually,
Mexican
Google it.
thing?
Yeah, that's
Is
what he says. I had no idea, but apparently
and
it
then
is.
and then I'm gonna question Siri. I swear to God, is wine and Coke a Mexican?
I hope the AI gets real racist about it for no reason whatsoever.
Oh no! Could you imagine? Jeez.
I don't even know what that would sound like, but would make me chuckle.
I'll pull up the coding.
Oh, now I know why you guys sounded low. I on my headphones I don't have the volume up. Good job, Zero.
So
It turns
Occam's
out you're
razor.
right.
Occam's
Here's how-
razor, right?
red wine and Coke. It's called the
Uh-huh.
Calimo. Whoa, what the hell? Calimoxo.
Yeah. What is it?
Kalimotxo. I don't know how to say that TXO part. TXO? MOTXO.
Oh, hold on. Spell it again, real slow.
KALIM as in Mary. OTXO.
Kalamox?
Calimuxo?
Kalamox?
So check out. Apparently, it's a Spanish cocktail with red wine and Coke. A quick way to beat the sangria craving. Interesting.
Huh.
Apparently, it's a Spanish.
So
cocktail.
it's not Mexican. It's Spanish.
It's a Spanish cocktail.
There you go.
Ah, okay.
Its drink has a sophisticated flavor, but only 2 ingredients: red wine and Coke. The dry wine balances the sweet cola perfectively.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I thought it was gonna taste disgusting, but it's actually it's
Sweet,
not bad. Like
earthy
you don't
with
really taste
caramel.
anything.
The ideal
Nice.
laid-back drink for sipping over ice with friends at a nightcap. Interesting.
All right.
Oh, did you put lemon in it?
Nah.
Okay, lemon is wedges a garnish. So you want to be fancy?
Ooh. A fancy drunk.
The last Cloudia Drinkers podcast.
Honestly.
Damn.
I mean, we don't
I
got
had
much else
no
to talk
idea.
about anyway, right? So
Yeah.
we really don't. Yeah.
So-
Unfortunate as unfortunate as it is, we really don't.
What does this world come to? We have nothing to talk about.
yeah, that's right. We'll make something work. All right. Well, we're getting to be about 8 o'clock now. I'm not posting my stuff out, which maybe mean a little bit less people live right away, but we'll see. But I don't have like a new thumbnail made up or anything, so I'll get that done after the fact and get descriptions updated and all that sort of stuff. So I think we can just get into it. It'll still all get recorded and stuff. You guys can do your live stuff or whatever you do.
Is my camera blurry, Joe?
No.
No. Okay. It just
Looks
okay,
fine to me.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Oh, the
Well,
720p.
I guess
Yeah, I think
I
it's.
guess a little bit, but I mean it looks fine.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's
If you want to be
slightly.
technical.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
slightly
bro,
fuzzy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you don't look as clean as Jawline, but like that might be more than just the camera.
Dude, the only thing that's keeping jawline fresh right now is that little bit of hair coming towards the side of his little sideburn to his jaw.
It's the details. It's all in the details.
Oh wait, he's got a goatee. He's got a little
getting
little
it.
patch right there.
Getting
Soul
it.
patch.
Nice. All
A
right.
little chin strap. You leave it alone.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get things going. Hello, friends and fellow gamers. I am That Zero, and we are back with episode 6, I think we're on now, of Cap Raise, Less Cloudy podcast. And I am joined by, of course, the beautiful Jawline Coon
What's up, guys?
and the always amazing DK.
What's going on, guys? Hey, I'm beautiful too, all right? In my own
Yeah.
way.
You're beautiful in that baby face sort of way. I respect it.
That's what I was hoping for. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know?
Hey, man, I haven't aged in like 10 years. I'm proud of it.
I can tell. It's crazy. I did not expect
wild.
the,
Yeah,
the
I
age
didn't
that you
either.
told me. Yeah,
It's okay, man. I'm getting up there, so it's
Yeah.
all right.
yeah, that's
Me,
good.
me and DK are like wine. We age like wine.
We're like wine and Coke.
That's just the way that we describe everything moving forward. It's a wine and some other assorted beverage, and that's
Right.
just, you know.
Pretty much.
All right. So, I mean, not a ton of exciting stuff to talk about this week, but I think some of the things we should at least cover is current events that are active, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but for people that want to be completionists and do everything, we kind of can't. Like, we got a bunch of orb recovers, but like the Gorm event takes a shitload of runs, even if you have decent units for it. Like, I think the best you can do is like 600 a run. I think.
Yeah.
Dude, 550 or 575, or depending on who
You can get 600. You can for sure do
You can get
600. Yeah, if you
Wait,
do
I'm
Cevia, Robin,
Gorm.
Cevia, Robin, and
Yeah.
Gorm, that's 600 on the
Yeah, it's
on the
600.
part 2 hard mode final stage, where you're actually fighting Gorm. That's gonna give you 600. Yeah.
Do I get it gripped off?
Maybe, I don't know. There's definitely
It
600.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
I think I am. I should probably look at my EVP points then, huh?
Maybe. But yeah, either way, 600 points. So if you happen to have any variant of those units, I think the shift versions give the same amount. So Cevia and Gorm give 100, and then any form of Robin gives you an extra 50. So
Oh, Robin.
yeah.
No, they
Son of
Sevilla
a-
and Robin give 50. Gorm gives 100.
Damn it.
I
didn't-
thought Cevia was also 100. Okay.
No, it's 200. I
Either
mean,
way.
50, sorry.
Either way, gets you up there. If you have none of those units, I believe it takes like 400 runs to complete all the rewards. If you have all three of those, I believe it's like 120 or something. And obviously you'll have some
A lot of
progression
runs.
before getting up to there, but yeah, it's a lot of runs. And it's worth noting some of that can come from like you do your 3 free clears a day on the one like special mission. That'll like get you a bunch of coins and stuff. I don't remember what it's called, but you can run it 3 times and that's free. So at least you don't have that. But I think that only gives you like 300 or 400. But either way, it's a lot. But it's pretty worth running because there's a pretty decent accessory in there for anybody that doesn't have it. At least I think it's pretty good because, you know, accessories tend to only do so much. But
I thought it was an armor.
oh,
Wait,
just
it's not
looking
an
at
armor?
it? Yeah, no, it's not.
I thought it was an
Oh,
armor.
wow.
But it's an accessory.
Yeah, no, so we get-
it caught me off guard.
Yeah, so I mean, 250 HP, which right out the gate on an accessory is actually pretty good for scaling some of that up. 34 defense in mind, which is respectable. Low chance to nullify physical damage taken. I checked out Goldmine, and I believe that's 5%, which is pretty good. So stacking that with some evade stuff and other units that might have more chances to reduce damage to 0. It's nice. It's pretty good. And then we get an extra 5 to ice and dark resist as well. Not too bad.
That's not bad. Yeah,
Not too
no.
bad. I like it.
I don't know why. Because it's a cape. So I was like, you know, honestly, I'd never used any of the event accessories or weapons. So I've kind of just, I'll just get. I mostly just go after like the prisms. That's like my primary
Yeah.
goal now. Is
Well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Right above this, I believe, is a 10 pull and then a prism. So, like,
Yep.
you want to go through the pain of grinding it out. It is fortunate they
Yes.
did give us enough of our event recovers, at least, I believe, to get through it, assuming you would probably have some of the units. If you're a brand new player, you're probably not getting these, and you'll have to wait for the rerun. Like, almost certainly. Especially when Training Field is here. I feel like new players should just be on Training Field. Like,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
is
for
that
sure.
Pretty accurate? Yeah. Because, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
yeah, Training Field has. I don't need a bunch of the stuff out of the shop, but for a new player, it's pretty stacked with like mid to low tier stuff for like upgrading units and things. So like just farming those coins is really good. Plus all the XP, Mother Souls, Unit Souls. So
yeah, 20 a run is pretty insane. You know,
yeah,
that's crazy.
How many days are left? 7, 6? That's 600 Mother Souls.
Yeah.
oh, it's huge.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
That's a pretty good amount.
and worst case, if anybody doesn't want to do the Training Fields, make sure that you are doing your 5 nightmares a day because that's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy. Like you get 5 of your main souls, and then you said it was what 20 for 20 Mother Souls.
Yeah, if
Right?
you do the
Yeah.
Beast Hunter
Yeah,
on
per.
the last wave.
And not only that,
Yeah.
but it's like 300,000 XP before a basic XP up. If you have a basic XP up, it's like 360,000, which is just ridiculous. That means in a day, I mean, that's without a bonus, 1.5 million, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting
A lot of EXP.
792 right now on the because I know they usually target like the newest buffs of the month or whatever. So right now like Sevia's in there, and I think Balin's in there as well for like double XP or double XP.
Yeah, double XP.
So yeah,
Yes.
so like it's amazing. Like even right now, considering that if you're a new player, that you can get Balin, you can get Balin in the 72-hour pool, and you can do a reroll for Sevia, which you know I've actually been using her. Me and Jawline were playing earlier today, and girl was dishing out almost over 20k in damage. and nuking the blue ability gate boss, just insane. So I mean, she's kind of like a new blue ability boss main right now. I'm digging her a lot. So the fact that you can get her from like 1 to 100, and you can get the XP from that training area, I mean, it's a great place to start at. So yeah, make sure you guys are doing that, because there's really no reason not to.
Yeah.
And then the event too, you're getting 3 times, I think, or something, 3 AP per skill earned or something like that.
Yeah, times 3 AP.
Yeah, I think it's times 2 on the nightmare, but
times 2.
Yeah, I think that you get I think you get 2 for these, but it's also multiplied by the orb, so you get 6 for hard.
Yeah.
So you get times 6 AP for each hard mode you do. So,
nice. Yeah, it's sick.
It's pretty good.
I love training fields.
Yeah, and good to call out the ones that are actually featured in here. I totally forgot about that, because like I said 300,000, but if you have like Tink in here, 600,000, and then add it some XP, even more.
If you have EXP up 2,
gets out of
and
hand.
you run one of those, if you run one of those units that get the bonus EXP, they get like 800,000, which is enough to promote them 1 level. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's a
Beautiful.
ton of EXP.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. All right. Tower of Trials is also back, which I was kind of surprised that like they brought that back so soon, like with Gorms, because it was basically gone for like a week or less than a week before coming back again.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
I mean, I'll take the free rewards, but like,
Hey, free gyms, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna go from 80 to 90 again. Like, I did it for the experience the first time. I don't know if I really want to go through it again, just to get a few mega clusters and like a couple hundred of the like
Phantom medals.
tower, the Phantom medals. It's just, I don't have that much time.
I would, because to be totally honest, so like I saved everything from the very beginning, because I had 0, because I had like 3K saved up from the previous. I wasn't using them, so I bought all the lights that came out last time, and then I was gonna go through my stuff. I was like, well, let me see how much I can max out towards the end, right? And I think I'm at 1900 right now, and I still am only able to buy 1 light. So in my eyes, I'm like, until I'm secured on lights, or we get another way of grinding these, I'm gonna grind every single medal possible so that I can get more for the future. Because I mean, I'm running out, guys. I think I have no purple left. I got 1 visionary, and then I think 3 worldly left, or something like that.
Yeah,
so even if it's 20 to 40, I'm going for it, because I need it at some point. It would really suck to like get to the very, very end, but like short 20. No, you could have got that 20.
I will say, I think that I just beat Ray, and I'm debating on if I want to go any further. Well, I took a look at my shop. Feels bad, man.
I mean, if I on
10 off
at first.
Oh, dude, no.
Fuck out of here.
See, it could happen. It's a real bummer.
And I'm
man.
only buying the worldly lights. Like, I'm not getting all the different lights because I don't need them. Oh, this is not where I want to be. But I'm not going in to get all of the things because it's just too expensive. Like, the amount they give you is only enough to get 1 every time. Oh, I already got the worldly anyway. I already got the worldly, so it doesn't matter. So I can get it the next time at least. But if I get a different one,
what you mean?
Huh?
Get the foreign one.
What?
Because the foreign and the world are the ones that are going to be used the most currently.
Yeah, I mean, I at least still have 2 of those, but maybe I'll get the foreign.
Oh, okay, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
As long as you got 1.
I've just been going through worldly like crazy. Granted, I shouldn't be much anymore because
Really?
I got all the basic
Foreign.
units up there. I went and got all the MP ups and all that fun stuff from words or whatever.
Foreign,
so
for sure.
yeah, all right, I'll have to do that.
Let's see.
Oh, fun stuff. We got Henry in chat. What's up? Got a few other people popping in here. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's
What up,
having a nice
Jay?
time.
What's up, boys?
Yay.
So newly buffed units. How are you guys enjoying Tinky? That's the real question.
Oh, dude, she feels so good. Before, whenever I would get in tower and I would go through floors like 71 to 79, I would just make sure that I have V in my party on insta-kill because everybody was so damage spongy. And it was just not fun to try to just kill them outright. At least I didn't enjoy it. So I was like, I'll just insta-kill everyone and then I'll get to Ray and then I'll win and then I'll move on. And that's great. Now, I decided to run Roy with Trish and just get MP back on like new waves with different means of doing that. And then Tink, and he just obliterates everything. Like, he just caps
Amazing.
and completely nukes all of the things in like 2 or 3 hits, and I don't need to insta-kill things anymore. It's great. And then once I get to an actual boss and I can actually ult with Tink, they melt even harder, and it feels great. So, yeah.
Yeah, I used her in tower, and before Tink, I would use. So my tower team from the beginning floors has always been Glukiel, Maddie, Senku, and then whoever else. But I run Glukiel, Tinky, Maddie, and Senku. Senku obviously for the damage buff for Glukiel, Maddie because of the SCT at the start, and then Tinky because Tinky, and then Glukiel with Abandoned City of the Sea arc for that 15 SCT. So for the Insta S3. So with Tinky, it made a huge difference just being able to clear and do more damage. So 100% I would recommend building Tinky.
Yeah. Cannot recommend enough. 10 out of 10. King Hanzo.
Blast with 2B right now on towers.
King Hanzo in chat. Hey, what's up, man? Been playing almost a month. Loving the game. Madine, 2B, Theria. Working on Yash now, so you got a farmer. Nice, man. Glad you enjoy it.
Well, welcome to the community, King.
That's pretty good to me, Maddie.
Yeah,
and
and he finished a skill board. Man, imagine being a month in and already finishing a skill board 2 years ago.
I mean, that's QOL now, you know? I mean, the scope of Endgame has been pushed way out now, you know? It's E5 and Godforge stuff, but that means the old goalpost of, like, maxing somebody with E4 and getting just generally good gear, like, pretty easy compared to how it used to be, so...
Dang. Yeah, I mean, like, dang, a month. I mean, that's awesome. That means you can actually really enjoy the game at that point and kind of just, like, have a blast. So you can complete a board in a month and just jump straight into the story, and, you know, and then you can even compete in Godforge now, getting mats and stuff. I don't know, that's really exciting.
Yeah,
to think that you guys actually do that now. So,
So, we obviously know that Tink is, like, the best buff of old units, like, hands down at this point, right? I don't think it can really be objectively contested, but at this point, is there anybody else that is standing out that you're really, really enjoying? I know you said that you got a bunch of SC saves on Gobble, for instance, but I don't know if that necessarily changes much.
Is he your favorite right now?
I mean, he's still my favorite just because he's Gobble. He's my boy. But in terms of actually using, it's obviously Tinky. Like, it was first it was Lena, just because it was crazy that we can now spam honey elixir. But she even then, like, just because you could spam honey elixir doesn't necessarily mean that you were going to be spamming it. It was just cool that you could actually do that now. But now with Tinky's buff, that completely blows her out of the water. Well, not completely, but it just, like, it overshadows her for sure. Just because Tinky offers so much. It's crazy.
Well, and she's just applicable, like, on her own. You know, Lena is like, okay, you now have a healer with infinite MP. What can you do with it? Oh, you don't have something that abuses infinite MP? Well, she's still cool. Like, she's basically just a useful paladin, I guess. But, yeah, she's not as abusable. Henry in chat said Luger's his personal favorite. I've been seeing, apparently Tweaks has been liking Luger as well, because he's been making a lot of videos. I saw him recently push out one that he said he was doing 750k a second with him. I saw him completely obliterating things with Tink in party. I think he nuked Lambda in like 20 seconds.
Who would have thought that Luger would come this far?
It's pretty fun. I love it.
I mean, it's been a long road for him, right? I hope that we get to.
I've never built him, but, like, I almost want to.
But that's the whole reason why they're doing this, is because we're using characters that we just completely ignored at some point in time, right? So that's why it's exciting that we're getting these buffs, because now we're getting to see, like, another side of each character, and and now we're kind of, like, wanting to build them, and we don't have the necessary materials, so we're just like we're picking and choosing, like a little lottery. But actually, for my favorite buff right now, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Balin. He is still one of my favorite characters.
Nice.
I'm actually running him dual wield and single wield randomly. the damage is a little bit off. You can actually run him both. It doesn't really affect him too much. I maybe by like 60,000 when not using dual wield, but it's still so it's not a huge difference. So if you want to see like the big numbers, you can run single wield, or if you want to do the extra damage.
Nice.
I don't know. I like his sprite mostly, and
It does look cool.
Yeah, and the fact that he can just pretty much cast everything so quickly.
Yeah.
He's absolute blast.
Yeah, King Hanzo in chat asked, is it worth buying any of the gear in the shops and any town? No, don't do that. It's a trap. It's awful. They're all really like mediocre to bad, at least early game. Your gold should be upgrading your soul spots only. And maybe enhancing your units so you can get more of their skill board, but like Zell, like your gold should only go towards enhancing units and upgrading blue spots, like period. All the gear, no.
End game though, end game do that. Just
end game get there eventually, because
Yeah.
there's things eventually that you will need out of there in order to like upgrade in the alchemy, in order to get to Godforge stuff. But that's by that time when you get to end game, money will be a non-factor. You're gonna have infinite money. That's when you go buy stuff because money doesn't matter anymore. Early on, money is precious. So don't do that.
So we got a Pierre in here. So new player / returning from OG launch with 2B and A2 fully maxed. That is nice.
Dope.
Would you choose Tink, Essentheria, Grom?
Gorm? Crystalia?
Yeah, Gorm. Yeah, you spelled Grom. As you know what? Don't worry, Pierre. I actually say the exact same thing all the time. I say Grom. I don't know what it is, but I want to say Grom. I do it too. So Gorm as Zekka's man. He's got a nice little setup here. 9S priority number 3 and 4. My arc is still average 4 to 5. That is the grind.
Yeah, my opinion would be Tink and Theria, because then you make everything die instantly and you can't die anymore. So it's like the perfect thing to complement your 2 DPS units. So yeah, I mean Tink is going to do a ton more for 2B than for A2, just because 2B has a lower innate cap and is dual wield, whereas A2 is the complete opposite of that. So she's not going to benefit from the 5k cap from Tink quite as much. 2B is going to love it though.
I did want to mention that on my alt, I have Tinky and I have her at 4th enhance, but she doesn't get the arena cheers physical damage and cap buff yet. I'm assuming she has to be 5th enhance, right?
Yeah, it's on her.
Okay.
It's on her trait 4 upgrades.
Okay.
Trait level
Alright,
4
I figured
upgrades.
as much.
Yeah.
Because some people were saying you can get the same. You could still get the buff even at 4th enhance.
No,
but
the only thing
I
is-
saw it and I was like, no.
Yeah, all you get at 4th enhance is close high boosts, light high attack, or light attack raise 2,
Light
and
attack raise.
and whatever the other thing is that she got that I don't remember, that doesn't
Auto
matter.
protection.
There you go. Actually, auto protection is pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. But yeah, so that's that. But I would say probably Theria first, just because survivability is going to be more important than Tink in general. Tink's just going to help you to push further beyond. But Theria should definitely be your next priority, 100%.
Yeah, once you're established, then work on Tinky. But between Tinky and M Theria, probably M Theria for sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got Addy in chat. I don't know how you say your name, man. I'm sorry. Just calling out that in regards to the equips question and like buying things from the shop. Yeah, most of the stuff you're gonna want is gonna come off arcs and also events. Like just watch event shops while we have limited time events and stuff, because there's usually things that you can get for free that are gonna be pretty good, and arc rewards otherwise are gonna be some of the best. And then once you get closer to end game, there's things you can earn in game that are really good, and then ultimately Godforge alchemy stuff is like some of the best stuff in the game. So yeah. Good stuff. All right, we got Magic up in here too. What's up, everybody? All right. So I guess continue to talk on 5-star units. I mean, I've mentioned it a lot, so people know me as like that guy now. But I start going back to Master Thief Robin again, and I liked him before because I just wanted to like him. But I was giving somebody an advice on like who alternative units could be for ailment support, because we were talking about like V being like the definitive best, like not even close, nobody else even like comes in the realm, and then like 9S obviously is the even contender, but then like Logia can be an ailment support if you build him appropriately for it, and pretty much anybody with regular attacks like DXR, top tier ailment support, because he just has he has like some of the best auto attacks in the game. And then I brought up like both of the Robins can do it too. And I was going to kind of make a case for Master Thief Robin, and I pulled up on Goldmine what like he comes with, and almost everything he has is built to be the perfect utility support. Like he now has dual wield. His buffs gave him stun research, which there's only 3 units in the game with it, one being V. So he has that too. He's also got a light AoE with a solid hit count. He's got a bunch of speed. He's got, I think he has Corrosion Fang or Death God, one of the two, so you can get the other one. He comes with Blind Research, and I think Blind and Stun, in my opinion, for PvE are like the best. He comes with your basic, like Drain, Weak, Blazer, like all the basic stuff you'd have if you don't have like really fancy things from limited arcs. Like he just has all of it. He's got Speed Phaser, which almost nobody comes with speed innately unless you're giving them fast speed. So like if you're gonna have a phaser, Speed Phaser is pretty okay. And I don't know, he just I went in and tested his autos and how he can work, because he's neutral damage instead of dark like 9S. He was doing better with Goddess Kiss than 9S was, and
really?
Yeah, he was doing good when I actually was building him for it. And yeah, it just seemed pretty good. So like he can be a good farmer. He's technically the best mage farmer in the game because of his numbers, and now that he also steals on backstab, he can mage farm like a boss. He can farm magic tomes better than anybody else that I've found, and he can be a really good just ailment debuff support and like utilitarian. So like he could be the mule that houses your debuffs, and because of his SC saves from dual wield and now having stun research and stuff, like you could just give him whatever you want. You could even just give him a bunch of buffs too, and he just does all right. I think he's got like over 7 or 8k when he's got some HP buffs on him, which is still kind of weak, but you have enough SC, you can give him like auto protection, auto barrier, you know? So I don't know, I like him a lot. I decided when I was going through some more floors in Tower just to test him out, I went into like some God stages to test him, and then I went into that main like the 70 through 80 as well, and I just tested him out in there, and he was doing almost as good as V. Like, he obviously was not going to compete with V, but he did the job just fine. He survived, he pulled at enemies, and he was insta-killing them as well. So,
damn.
Yeah, like, it worked. It felt pretty good. So legit, not, like, he's actually a pretty worthwhile unit, I think, especially because he's really old, so all his stuff's really cheap to build, because he's like a launch unit. So he costs, like, probably a total of 10 clusters to make up to E4, which is going to be most of his value anyway, and then you just need to get like his steel up there when he's E5, which is only going to cost like 1 tome and like 2 clusters probably, or 2 of the megas, 3 with a rainbow. But yeah, so like cheap to invest in, but like he's got a lot of utility. He's not going to be a DPS unit because he's not. His damage sucks. But he's got a lot of utility, so I really enjoy him. So he bumped up a few ranks in my mind, more than just like memey and good at really one thing. He actually is like a super good support character in my opinion. So I think he is legitimately better than 9S. Like no kid, like no joke. His base kit is absolutely more stacked than 9S as a support. So, but 9S can do damage at least. So I guess there's that.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of old units and buffs, I think the last one to get buffed is it not Logia, just from the way things are going, right? It has to be Logia.
Yeah, Logia will be coming for 100%. Logia is gonna be sick.
I think it's gonna be multiple units. I think it's gonna be Logia, G-Luke, and Blaze Blade. I definitely think so. I really do. I feel like Blaze Blade still has a lot of potential, man. I don't know. I'm not. He's ready to go. Honestly, if he does get a buff, I have him at.
He will.
He's almost at plus 20. So that's why I'm really excited.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be
I need one more Duke too.
I don't know if he'll be in the next run or not. I would not be surprised if we saw him with Logia though. I think Blaze Blade absolutely will. Like, I bet they're going to push him with like all of the new enhancements to single wield. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he got like instant strike. And I think does he already have favored sword, or is that?
I think he does.
I think he has favored sword, but probably doppelhander too. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he got all the single-handed stuff. Um,
he's
and
got
then
favorite sword.
and
Yeah,
then
he does
probably like a dark attack raise or something, just because his biggest problem is they have to even out his dark damage. It really sucks when you convert. But if they could make him feel
Trash.
yeah, if they could make him feel a bit more like Alice, where like if you're fighting a group of enemies and half of them are lightning weak and half of them are ice weak, you're just gonna like slaughter all of them. That's how Shin
Right.
should feel, you know? It shouldn't feel worse if they're minus 10 dark.
Yeah,
So,
doesn't he
they have to
only
fix
cap on certain requirements too?
Maybe he gets some extra cap on fire. I don't remember for sure. I don't like him enough to really care too much. We got games you love. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, Pierre. That's where I was actually looking. Pierre asked about Terramelt. Why are people not running Terramelt and Terramelt 2? Why aren't they more popular?
I run it.
Yeah, I mean, they get run when you run a support that can, support it, because you have to put an actual ailment on someone, which means you have to run an ailment support, and the enemies you're fighting have to be weak to ailments. There's select bosses in the game that cannot be affected by a null mouth, which is what reduces resistances, and then they're nil in everything. So like there's select bosses that literally cannot have ailments applied to them, in which case it's ineffective. But then additionally, I think ailment supports are probably just the least common that you see. Like usually you're going to actually see healers are going to be the most common, and then probably just like buffers like Tink is going to be super common. And then debuffers as well, which you can kind of turn anybody into a decent debuffer, but units like Gen are really popular. But ailment supports, I mean, usually V is the most common one, and now that there's 9S, hopefully we'll start to see it a little bit more. Like if somebody is running 9S, hopefully they have him and they're running him with like Emil Heads and Cactus Hammer to be able to like get more ailments on it. If that's the case, you should 100% be putting Terramelt and Terramelt 2 on all of your DPS units. But if you're not running that type of support, it's wasted SC. So that's why, in my opinion.
Oh.
Harder to do,
Yeah.
but worth.
I usually run at least one just in case we're in multiplayer, because like that's where all my my time really kind of goes to. Because I'm an in-game player, is I only play multiplayer. So especially with characters that I might have a little trouble capping, I do run like Terramel 2. But at the like Zero said, at the end of the day, most people are running like a healer or something like that. Now, if you're playing with a team, normally with us, we kind of all get together and play multiplayer and all in Discord. And if someone's running a any kind of debuffer or status ailment, because I did run Logi the other day just to cast status ailment, so I told everybody, hey, everybody put on their tower melts, because just to get that easier cap. So I think it's just because of the multiplayer. I think it's more, maybe he's more or less talking about why he doesn't see it more in multiplayer. It's because you never know what they're gonna be running, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't inspect builds too incredibly often, so I can't really say how often it's there. But I will say, in regards to just efficient ways to boost damage, especially like multiplayer, I personally feel every single person should spend 3 SC and just put basic weak on their unit. Like, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but especially if your unit's an elemental DPS, but even if it's not, it's still kind of worth, because just putting the basic weak on the boss makes all your elemental DPS do 20% more damage. Like, unless they were running Trish. Yeah, unless somebody was running Trish and they were really, really resistant to it already, then it's not doing much. But in most cases, especially because in pubs, there a lot of times people don't know how to build anyway. So like they're not building Trish. Sometimes they're not even dual wielding or like using the right element unit against what you're fighting.
Right.
If they're dealing crap damage, 20% more of that crap damage is still pretty good. And then if you're getting 20 more on top of that for yourself, sweet, feels pretty good. So yeah. But if you have a comp to support Terramel though, yeah, totally, pretty good. It is a good amount of damage for the SC. All right, let's see here.
Oh shit! 6 minutes back topic.
Yeah, Games You Love said that if Terramel was about debuffs, not just status ailments, it'd probably be more popular. Yeah, I think it'd be a little too easy, but totally. The closest thing we've seen to that now is the new limited arc, the Songstress arc, just because that actually does look at all debuffs, not just ailments, for increasing your damage. But yeah, it would be kind of nice to have something like that, though, like exploit weakness or something. So like if they have an actual debuff on them of any sort, it's like an extra 20% damage or something for X amount of SC. So
how much gems you got, Zero? You making people jealous?
what's that?
How many gems
Man,
you got?
it's 30K.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I'm up there.
hey.
Even
There's
after
that
doing
bug.
my 2 bonehead 10 pulls on the Gorm banner just because I felt like it and I'm dumb. But you know, we're still back up over 30K.
Yeah, you got that.
This is
got
the
you.
first time my main is over 10,000. It's amazing.
Nice.
I got
Gorm makes it
28,000.
easy.
I know, it really did. It really made it easy. It was a really
Oh
easy.
no.
I don't think I've ever like made such a wise decision to be like, I'm skipping this, like 100%. But like they've given us a lot of tickets, super generous on that.
Yeah, that's definitely a
generous.
good shout out in general. Like I think it's well over 40 summons that we got for free in this event, assuming you managed to get everything. I don't know exactly how many, but it's over 40 for sure. And also, I think my gut says they've done this before, but it almost never happens. And that's that the
Never.
actual featured unit is actually on a normal rate up this time. It's not just in the pool. So that's super cool. So over 40 summons and the banner is properly rated up to the new unit. Like that's pretty cool. I hope they continue it for like general units and stuff. That would be great.
Yeah, I never check, and honestly, because I'm always like, well, here comes the shaft, right?
Yeah.
Especially on the free tickets, and then if something told me, like, go ahead and check the probability. So I went ahead and checked the probability, and I was like, holy shit, he's rated up even in the free tickets. So I was like,
Imagine that.
Yeah, I went straight for free tickets. I mean, I did the fishing, I did Dogborn push. I mean, guys, I was at it the other day on push. I completed the little Candy Crush game. I'm also
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I've done none of it.
I'm trying to get that plus 35 for that. That's the only arc I don't have, and the actual main game is the game room. So I'm like 5 mini games away from that game arc. For
Bro,
that
I'm not. I don't think I'm ever gonna get that arc. Fuck those mini games. I hate them so much.
That's where I'm at
I hate 'em
too.
with the passion.
I'm gonna have to be real bored to go and do that.
Yeah.
Why would that work? Does that count to being bored?
Yeah.
True. True. Okay.
But no,
I just don't see
so,
myself actively
no.
getting them.
So I have no idea how to play Minecraft. So shout out if he's even in here. I don't know if he is. Yeah, not Minecraft. What is it called?
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper. Yeah, I hate Minecraft. Whatever.
Yeah.
Minesweeper. I'm so terrible at it. I don't know how to play it. I don't even understand it. So one of the guys on the Discord sat with me and did it for me. So that was like the only reason why I did it. Shout out to Fang for helping me with that. I mean, this guy knew exactly where to press. And I was like, bro, how do you know this? Like, there's
It's a purely logical system, but I don't have the time to figure it out. Like every time I say that I don't know how to play, like you just did, there's always at least one person being like, "What? Why?" It's literally just a logical thing. You just look at it, and then you do the thing, and then you just know it's there. I was like, yeah, I understand. Like, there's no RNG. It's completely logic based, but I'm too fucking dumb. So like, quit clowning on me, bro. I get it. You're smarter. I get it. Good for you. You're good at Minesweeper.
I do not mind saying I'm stupid at that game. I have no problems with that. I really don't.
Yeah.
And then, what was it the Candy Crush style game? My girl plays those games like all day. So I was like, hey, eat this for me, bro.
Same.
The levels that I swear I spent an hour on, she did in 3 minutes. I was so pissed off. I was like, how? How?
Damn.
Oh,
we know who's a real gamer here.
Yeah. Yeah, play games that matter, DK, and maybe you'll be better.
Ooh.
I just want the arc. Like, you know what? I'm okay being bad at the game, but I'll tell you what. At the Hammer game, killed it. So
Yo,
those are reflexes right there, guys.
The
Watch out.
rock wrecker, like
Yes.
my brain is like, all right, click it, and then you can register what happened. So I always fucking fail.
Nice. So we got another comment in here that kind of is a decent transition. So they said that Dragalia Lost just had their 3rd Annie soon, and they're getting like 500 summons, which pretty exciting. We're gonna have our 2-year Annie coming up pretty soon here. So let's talk about what we think is coming, so that anybody that's wondering if they should pull for a Gorm right now gets a pretty hard stop, because there's better things to come. I don't think we're getting 500 summons, but we're getting our own version of, what us and our ecosystem can handle. So,
Ecosystem.
yeah, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We're probably getting 100 pulls, maybe 100 pulls.
Maybe, like
10 pulls is what we're probably
That's too
looking
generous, bro.
No, because they've done that before. They've done like the daily free 10 summon and ran it for like a week or two.
You guys remember? I mean, it was kind of a slap in the face, but they did a free single summon every day. I was pissed.
I mean,
it was like
it's better than what we usually get, so like, can't be too bad as long as we get other stuff. But, Yeah, I would expect 100 free summons probably,
Yeah.
or somewhere close to that, 70 to 100, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing for people to watch for is probably going to be the banners, like what kind of stuff we're get. We're almost guaranteed to get the $100 UR banner, right? Like I think that's a standard at this point. They did it for the 1 year, they did it for the 1.5. It prints money, so they're going to do it. And I can't blame them. Like, if you're a Last Cloudia player and you don't want to spend much, but you want to spend like a little bit, the smart thing to do is don't spend all year and only spend during this event and you drop $100 for that special summon, because it's the most value you're going to get out of anything in Last Cloudia. Everything else is pretty bad. Like bang for your buck wise, you don't get much for your money in this game, in my personal opinion. But these, comparatively to everything else, is really good.
And the fact that you can get multiple URs with multiple units, I mean, guys, if you're new to this game, if you've never seen all red, it
feels crazy. So basically, what this is you spend $100 for this special summon, and you get like 3 10 pulls, you get a bunch of crystals to do with whatever you want with. I think it's like an extra 4,500 maybe. I don't know. It's like a summon and a half or 3. Maybe it's actually maybe it was like 3 summons worth. I feel like it was. I feel like it was like 9,000 like basic unpaid crystals. But maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyway, you get a lot of crystals to do some stuff with, and then the big thing is you get a single pull on this really special banner where all Rs and SRs are removed. So you get all SSRs or better. You get a guaranteed unit, which includes all the DOH units, and then you also get a guaranteed UR. So, and the URs are rated up in general. So, like I've seen people get like 3, 4 URs off the thing. I had horrible luck. So my experience, the one time I pulled on it, I did really bad. But most people do better than I do.
Wait, are we talking about the 96 paid? 9600 paid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. For $100. So the one that's all SSRs in all the 10 pull, right up on URs, and then a bunch of units and stuff. So yeah, very good value. Go ahead.
The first time it came out, the first time that came out, I was like against it, because I was like, I'm gonna rebel against Last Cloudia for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then the second time that it came out, I got pretty well. I say lucky. Like, okay, so I did get lucky. I got Gwar, I got Solaris, I got a Dravana dupe, and then I got an Antheria dupe. So really, I just got Solaris and Gwar.
So let's be clear.
I've had
Gwar.
Huh?
Let's be clear. Getting Gwar for people that are going to spend money is worth the price tag alone.
Yeah.
Because it would be hundreds of dollars to pity Gwar, and it's the best arc in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should pay $100 to get Gwar. Like, your odds are you're not going to get it anyway. But
you won't say it, but I will.
For you, it's worth. For you, it's worth. Because you got it, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's great. That works out really, really well. Nice. But I would say that it is important to note that the newer of a player you are, the more worthwhile it is. Like, for veteran players, like especially if you already have maybe like 2 to 5 URs maybe, you know, the odds of getting something new are much less. If you already have all the units you want, or most of them, like the odds of getting a new unit you want are going to suck. All the reds are going to be dupes, but for a new account, everything's going to be new. You're going to probably add a ton of new SSRs to your roster, you know? Which, like, that's just a ton of new tools to work with, and like probably any UR is new, and like getting any UR is solid, because like something good on it is going to be for your account. Either the weapon's really good, or the equipable thing is really good, or like the skill on it is really good. Like, something's really good on all of these arcs. There's a few that are obviously much better than others, and some that are less appealing, but by the time you get to endgame, they all have value. So
coming from that point of view, that the standpoint to where Jawline was saying that you know, he was totally against it, I was terrified of pressing that button. I remember like sitting there and like, am I really about to spend $100? I was a free-to-play player, and I didn't have any. I only have 1 UR.
Oh, and that's what started your problem.
Yeah, dude, it did. But was it worth it? And I'm gonna get to that. Was it worth it? So I actually got Solaris and Eldravana on pulls going for characters, which is not too bad. But whenever War came out, and then the Lily arc came out, and I had gotten Lily, so I was like, oh gosh, I need the arc now, right? So it was super. I was terrified, guys. I was sweating. My fingers were sweating. You know, $100, like it's a huge deal for someone who's free to play, right? But I'll tell you what, it was totally worth it.
Free to play.
I got Gore and the Lily arc in that, and a dupe of Lily. It should just come out. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But now, like the way Zero was saying, for a new player, it's like freaking Christmas, guys.
So
I'm
much
gonna
new
say
stuff.
do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say do it because you will be so happy you did.
If you're
Trust
going
me.
to spend money, like if you're planning to be free to play, like it's a great game free to play. You do not have to spend money in this game. But if you're like, hey, I plan on spending $20 a month or something, don't spend $20 a month. Just get this and then don't spend money for a while.
Exactly.
Like that's smarter. It
Poor
just
thing,
is.
poor thing.
Yeah. So like if you were going to spend money, this is the place to do it. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Don't spend
And
money
coming-
where you weren't going to though. Please.
And coming from coming from a standpoint where we do spend money on this game, there's people out there who have spent so much more chasing one UR versus paying $100 and getting multiple. And like, I've seen if he's watching Mobile Gamers Unite, the dude pulled 6, I think, in one go.
What?
Yeah, he pulled like 3
URs?
Yeah, I think it was either 5 or 6. I don't remember,
Jesus
but it was like it
Christ.
was insane. He pulled like 2 Solarises, 1 Eldravana, a Gore or something like that. But I mean, it was fun. That's what made me want to do it because of how many he pulled in one go. I was like, this dude just got like $2,000 worth of UR arcs. Like, it's crazy, right? For $100.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, it won't be everybody, but either way, like you just have to
No.
go with like, you're gonna get the bare minimum of some UR.
Yeah.
And then you just weigh the probability for yourself and see what's gonna be worth or what's not gonna be. Now, what I'm also hoping we're gonna get with this, which I don't remember if we had it for 1.5 or if it was shortly after or before or whatever, but somewhere around the 1.5 Annie, we got one of the most beneficial free-to-play banners that we have in the game, which is the 15k Arc Pity banner.
Yes.
And the devs have absolutely said, if you're smart free to play, you save for these because they're super important to filling out exactly what you need. So people that started and didn't know they needed Sandworm or Catalina or, wherever there's a hole in your account right now, maybe you really want Icy Guardian or you need Sword High Boost off of Sword of Corpses, like whatever you're missing that you really need, this banner lets you do all of your normal summons as you would, but for every 15k that you do, you get an ARC selection ticket to get any SSR in the general pool, which that's all SSRs. Like all SSRs are in the general pool now. So, yeah, to get anything you want, and you can do that up to 3 times. So if you have 45k banked, you get any 3 ARCs you need. Like baseline, and then whatever else you pull along the way, great, is just extra good. And similarly, I think a couple months after that, they did a similar thing with DOH units where you could spend 30k, get a unit selection ticket, and then you could get the Theria you've been hunting for, or Shift Zekis, or Lilibet, or whoever the hell you wanted. But the big one, in my opinion, I think arcs are more important than units, and that rate of 15k to pick what you need up to 3 times is insane. So anybody that's missing something really, really important, make sure to have it. I hope they're going to have that for the Annie. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the update after the Annie. So, yeah. I believe something else that they had during the 1.5 was, I think they had a special like unit summon banner where you're guaranteed a DOH unit of some sort, and you could only roll it like 3 times, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, that's where I got my sickest and AOG
I got
Lily.
busted on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think most people kind of got shafted on it. I think it was technically, it has DOH units, but you're guaranteed a unit. So you could just get like Blood Rose 3 times.
Yeah.
Most
Which is
people
my taste.
most people I talked to, they whiffed 2 times and then got something DOH that may or may not have been something they liked. Like most of the time. But there's a couple people I talked to that like they made off really big and got like all the things they wanted. They got Theria and Zekis and whatever. Like, I think for 9k unpaid, it's probably worth just doing the summons and just see if you get lucky.
Yep.
Is that accurate? Okay.
I'd say it's accurate, yeah.
All right, cool. So, odds of getting something you want, I mean, getting cool stuff, odds of getting cool stuff if you're a newer player, probably even more worth, but yeah. I think if it's between saving for one of the pity banners, like if you only have like 20k, maybe it's not worth dropping 9k on it. Like maybe it's better to just save. I don't know. But
With this upcoming anniversary, it's safe to say that apart from everything else that we might get, there's a chance that we're probably gonna get a new unit as well.
probably.
Yeah,
We
new
got-
story add-on and unit.
Yeah,
Sure.
we got Kyle for 1.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are we going off based off what JP before JP merged with Global? Because I thought we were on 2.5 right now.
2.5 for JP. Global is actually 2 years.
Like if we're going by real time, right?
Yeah.
If we're going by real
okay.
time, this is a Global's 2-year anniversary.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. It came out around this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little confused.
bit
I remember when they merged it. Yeah. A little bit shift. What? We
Give me a little bit shift.
already have one.
Another one?
No, another
Oh,
one.
come
What do you
on,
mean?
man. No,
There you got two. There you got two.
That Crystal's don't count, man. No one uses her.
Man, come on.
Come on, man. All right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So I think in addition to that, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of events. I think probably just quality of life events, like the current training field that's up, that we already talked about. That's super good. I'm guessing something like that'll probably be back, probably with the focus on whatever the new unit is. So like they'll probably be on it, so you can power them up easier. We could even see just like a bunch of the random old events come back, which I kind of don't want. It's just overwhelming for people, but they could do that just so that people can catch up on any that they missed. To get like gear and stuff, especially with new players coming in. Maybe somebody could be like, oh hey, this like Lukiel and Shin event, like out of the 4 that are up, that's the one you want because the unit you started with wants this weapon or something, so maybe we'll see that. I'm guessing we'll probably see the like double soul generation and like half cost on souls, which always feels good for newer people that are like really hard up on souls. So I would expect that's probably a thing. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be. I can't think of anything else really that's gonna be stand out. Probably.
Yeah, it'll mostly be they'll bring back. It's gonna be probably towers, new unit, new story, add-on, the banners, training field. They're gonna probably bring back. They probably won't bring back every single story, just probably the ones from this year, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
And then they'll save the rest for the 3-year anniversary that will happen in probably March of next year. I think it's gonna be a small but a successful kind of like little mini anniversary. I think it's gonna be really great for new players too. A lot of the new players to catch up, stuff like that. But for a lot of the veteran players, we mostly are going to be relying on maybe a new boss event, new world boss, possibly maybe multiplayer boss.
Yeah. It would be nice. It would be definitely nice if I would not be surprised if we got a new God Forge, whether that's the 5th or the 6th at that point in time. Like probably your 5th based on timeline, if we get something. So that'd be cool. New story.
It would be nice
Huh.
if they brought back the bird MP farm. That would be amazing.
Bird.
Jalabanga?
Yeah,
Jalabanga
from
when
beta.
MP was first.
From the beta of multiplayer, where
Oh my
we could just if we ran right, we could one shot it right
They brought
away.
that back. Yeah.
I
That would
forgot
be
about
It was
him.
fun. It was a good time. Oh man, we just go in
That
there
was
with
the
Roy's
best time
and
to farm
laugh.
MP. Yep.
That's messed up, man. You just
Easiest
wanna
MP.
bully- Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
you just
God.
want to bully him? That's messed up, man.
Dude, before everybody was like, okay,
No,
so these
free
are the
mats.
units.
Free
These are the
mats.
units that can do this. All right, so you can do this, and you could use like this person's S1, this person's S2, and then you could also have this thing, and then you could sacrifice your second-born child on the 3rd Tuesday just before the multiplayer event, and then
Oh,
just
God.
before he blows you back on the map, you can kill it. It's like, okay, now we're just gonna go with Roy's and not
Y'all
care.
messed up,
I'm
man.
pretty sure Roy can one-shot it. Like, no
Probably,
problem.
yeah. Especially if you bring a tank.
What? Were we complaining
Bring a
that it was
tank.
too easy at one point, and now we want it back? That's crazy,
No,
man.
Who was complaining it was too easy? No,
Lots
shut
were
up.
complaining. They were like, man,
It was
shut up.
It was lucrative. We need something
Yeah.
with those drops again, where we just have like random drops that gives us a ton of like clusters and stuff. Like that's really what it was before clusters became more accessible in the game. We just got showered like with so many clusters and high level mats. It was crazy. Yeah, multiplayer was super worth.
That was awesome. They need to reset that. That was amazing. What was like 300 your first round or something? I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a good
Pretty
time.
cool.
Henry in chat said bring back the Battle Lords fight. Yeah, I'd be on board with that.
yeah.
I bet it would.
Actually,
That used to be a fight. I bet we would
used to be,
demolish
yes.
it now.
I never completed it. Ugh.
Well, there you go. Apparently, there's probably a bit of different people that haven't. But that does remind me, though. We got a really weird, janky sword from beating that. I can't wait till that gets into Godforge and becomes something, hey? Let's do that.
Man, that thing is still shit since it was introduced.
Yeah,
Damn.
like, well, it was nothing good, you know? I want, like, all these weird, like, useless items that we get for defeating bosses. Like, that needs to eventually get to the Godforge. Like, all those proofs that we got from whatever those bosses were that we got them from, maybe the Mega Bosses or whatever. The proofs, that Battlelord sword, like, anything else I'm not thinking of. All that shit needs to get in the Godforge. Make it a material to make something awesome. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Give us a reason
Then I
for
would
doing
actually use it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly.
it's just sitting in my inventory doing nothing.
it. Yeah.
There's actually a weapon I really, really, really want to see in the Godforge, and I want to see.
Zelbius.
Damn, let me.
Yeah. Zelbius should get in the Godforge. Like, 100%.
That thing should have been in there.
Yeah,
That's true.
that should have
Imagine what it
beat the
would look
staff.
like.
That should have been in there at this update, I think, before the staff. But I don't know. They're doing all these newer arcs first. Like the, we got the Kagasuchi one in first, and like that was one of the newest. That was one of the newest URs. Which I think they only did it in response. I think they did it in response to like people saying that like that UR was like kind of bad compared to others, which I don't really agree with. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, you got the fire UR. Oh, it's like the worst of all of them, other than Lily Matter." And like, I don't think it really is, but the sword's pretty baller. And then all of a sudden they gave us alchemy. It's like, who's laughing now?
I still think Javon is the worst one, to be honest.
Yeah, they need to buff it with a cap raise. Like even if it's even if it's only 2,000, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Seriously, I agree with that. But no, if we were Godforge, no. If I want to, the one weapon I want to see is Cursed Sword Crestbane. I want to see that in the Godforge.
Oh,
yeah, me too. Yeah, for
So
sure.
imagine that at 40, what they could. Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know what it would be.
25% of MND, current MND will be halved.
Yeah.
That trade's pretty trash. Like,
oh, it's so bad.
It's just for stats.
Well, and it's not even good stats. Like I tried testing it, and the way that calculation works, it happens in game after all of your buffs like happen, and like, or technically, but basically, it doesn't get scaled by like anything. Like I tried all sorts of shit, and there's like no way to like boost up the actual numbers of it. It's just bad. It's hard to make it actually worth much. So
it's literally just the stat. Like if you want to get some stats, okay, cool. But other than that, don't count on it for anything.
If they like make it like
trash.
all stats get buffed. That'd be.
I don't know about that. I still wouldn't use it.
I mean, it would be interesting.
Even if it was all stat, it would be interesting.
They'd have to give it ludicrous numbers. If they were like, reduce your mind to 0 and give 50% of the value to like, or even 100% of your value to like all your stats. Like you lose all your mind, but you get like crazy defense and strength and int or whatever. Like so if you go against a boss that doesn't deal magic damage and you don't have to heal with that unit because you have a support healer, like, it could be something. But, like, they'd have to do something dumb like that. Then again, we've had this conversation with single wield. We've said they have to do ludicrous things to get people to single wield, and they did it.
And it did. Exactly.
Yeah. So, they might be able to make Crestbane do something, but they'll have to push it way harder than what it is right now, because it's pretty, it's a big old pile of poopy right now. So,
pretty shit, if I do say so myself.
Oh, I don't have it yet. I'm just waiting for it. It's at like 95%. From dupes, but I'm just waiting for it to hit Godforge, hopefully, so that something happens to it.
Yeah.
But Henry Powers, I like to see V's Kane and Godforge. Oh my god, imagine that.
Go away, Henry.
Man.
Get out of here.
It would never happen, but that'd be so rad.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
This was brought up in the LC Discord, but. Or actually, no. I heard from the podcast that Crypt, Tweaks, and Deimos did, and Crypt brought up a good point that if they removed cast canceling, then maybe there's a chance that a unit that's coming out would have been like too broken.
Yeah.
If cast canceling was still a thing.
Almost certainly.
So. I'm there's a chance that this coming up unit is gonna be something, busted, but it would have been completely busted had cast canceling still been a thing.
Yeah.
So really, their removal was just a hint. Hey guys, something's coming. You might want to prepare.
I think that is. I think it's very. It's so plausible. Like, I would be astonished if that's not the case. Like, absolutely. Because I mean, even things like when you can't cast cancel or you don't know about cast canceling, there's a lot more value on fast animating like any sort of magic. Like, Leona feels really good with her personal healing spell because it happens in like half a second.
Yeah, Balin's
happens really quick now, right? So like, there's all sorts of these that they feel so much better when they quickly animate, whereas so much other support magic is much slower. So all it takes is you can remove cast canceling, and then you give somebody, like, if somebody had unique support magic as well as like, offensive magic that just animated quicker. It's just unique magic that just animates quicker. All of a sudden, they're probably the best at those things. Because you could get debuffs out quicker, you could get buffs out quicker, you could get your magic slings out quicker, whatever it is. So, yeah, I think that's totally going to happen. I just don't know what form that's going to take, Hopefully magic DPS. Right. Pierre in chat says, make MDPS great again. Yeah. It's only been over a year and a half since they've mattered. Other than lag, I guess. Lag, and technically Robula can do stuff in a decent amount of content.
You don't see Rob too much, though.
Yeah, I think she's also not super common. I don't think a lot of people necessarily pulled for her. Like, most people re-rolled for Baran because he was one of the best starting units, Yeah. So, like, nobody was looking for her. Nobody was hyping her up, really. And I mean, Zekis, too. Like, Zekis is probably, like, the actual best mage that we have for, like, actual mage damage, right? I don't have him, but from what I hear, he's actually a legit, really good offensive mage.
Yeah.
Everybody else
he's
pretty
a zombie, man. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, everybody else pretty useless. But hopefully we can. I really hope sometime this year we just get a magic rework. Like,
seriously,
I don't know what they want to do or like what they plan on doing, but yeah,
it's gotta be a huge buff that magic gets, because the amount of DPS that physical damage can do just far outweighs the amount of magical damage that you can do. Because you gotta cast the magic, then you gotta wait for the magic to end, then you gotta recast it again, and so on. So they've got to do something to bring it up to par with physical DPS.
Yeah, I don't know what that looks like, but
Pierre also asked us, does LC do Halloween seasonal units? And they have not yet. They have done an arc, though. It's called the Banquet of the Nether, which is actually a really neat arc, and they gave it to for free. I feel like they more lean towards with seasonal stuff. They've been leaning more to the arcs. Like, they had White Christmas, they had the Banquet of the Nether for Halloween, and they did a Valentine's one called Maiden's Lovely Banquet, which is really nice and very useful to this day.
Yeah, super duper.
So yeah, I think they don't really do too. They only did one unit based on seasonal, and that was Theria.
Yeah.
And then now they did the summer units. So I guess that kind of counts as a season, yeah.
Yeah, sorta.
Yeah. But to answer your question, not yet.
Yeah, it would be nice though. I'd love to get Halloween units. I'd totally go for some Halloween units. That'd be great.
Wish in chat says that the equivalent of magical DPS being somewhat like on par with physical is that you would need multiple magic casters that would be able to that could cast the same spell at the same rate in order to even to have a chance to compete.
Yeah.
So it's like you use 3 mages to compete with 1 physical DPS. It's like, come on, you gotta bump up magic a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially dealing with like resistances and stuff like that, and they're not always gonna hit, the amount of damage you want them to hit if they're like resistant to it. So that's why it gets like real finicky. But yeah, I agree, man. I definitely, you know what? Growing up playing like Final Fantasy and all that stuff, I loved Magic, guys. I mean, Blizzarga, whatever how you say that, Thunderga. I love doing all that kind of type of stuff. And then playing the new Tales of Rise, it kind of brought back that memory of, charging the magic attacks to like these huge flashy moves. I want to see that again in Las Claudia. I want to see magic. Blowing up.
They have these really cool, well-animated magic spells that nobody wants to use because why? It's
Yeah.
frustrating because like they actually make some like really cool looking stuff, but it's they just don't care. They have this habit of making really flashy stuff that nobody wants to look at. Like, how awesome are all the alts in this game? And every time we see one in multiplayer, we roll our eyes and cringe.
Except for Tinky.
Except Tinky, then we start nodding
Give me
along.
that buff. Give me that buff.
Man, I like some S4s. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I do
they
for the
look
flash.
awesome. Like, that's
Yeah.
my point. They look awesome. It's just very seldomly that they actually work.
I wouldn't mind if they could just take off. We could just take off the animation part sometimes, or I don't know.
Just
That'd be
skip it.
nice.
Let
Yeah,
you
skip it.
click through just like the arc skills, and just let the the
Yeah,
damage part
exactly.
happen. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Way back when I had first started playing the game, I think that one of the things that I had sent them feedback on or whatever is like, if you're in single player, like, I mean, there was only single player back then anyway, but like, why isn't there an option to like skip the magic animation? Now, this was back when there was time stop, and you know, the big thing was time stop, and you could have Magic Zoc go and just clear everything, but it would take like 10 plus seconds to get through the animation to get to there. So like, why couldn't we just like click through it to not watch the whole windup of it and just have the damage come out? You know, kind of like how whenever I play a Pokemon game, I turn animations off. Like, it says it use this attack, and then their HP goes down, and then I can move on. Like, instead of waiting like 2 to 5 seconds to like watch an actual thing. Like, when we see the things a couple of times and we're wowed by it, we kind of just want results then. I mean, not everybody, obviously. There's a bunch of people that you just want to see the flashy stuff, and things still look really cool. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some of those type of options just to tap through the alt and let the effect happen. That would be great.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I kind of like X Radio when G Luke first came out, and she had X Radio. She's the only one that does have that. Man, I love because it was so much faster. There was no time stop. At least I don't think there was. I can't even remember.
No, there's no time stop.
Yeah, I think that was by the time time stop was removed, probably.
Yeah, I loved X Radio. I would spam the crap out. It was so much fun to use it. Because it was so. Because you remember what was the other one called where I think the Thunderbolts hit individually? Valharizer. Yeah, Valharizer. I hated using that thing, man.
That thing is so slow. Jesus Christ. I hate that
X Radio, man. X Radio, like this huge ball of electricity just explodes, and I was like, yes, going in the right direction.
So-
And then slowly it dissipated.
Random side note, this feels pretty good. Lots of whenever I do get wins coming in now, after I used Gorm's new arc, we got Roy and Lug and all the offense teams that I'm beating, which
Oh shit.
feels pretty
I
good.
see you.
I mean, granted, they're
Yeah,
probably
I've
not
been winning some more defenses too.
like, it's not top tier people, I'm sure. I bet that if like Tweaks
Right.
and Crypt attacked me, I would still instantly explode. But it still feels good to see meta teams falling. You know, just at least the meta comps are not working as easily as they used to be, so that's pretty nice.
Speaking of Gorm's arc, have you? Who was the one that had it? Was it U0?
Yeah, I got it.
Have you used it in offense? Like, has that made a difference?
On offense,
at all?
I didn't put it in offense, no.
Okay.
Yeah, everything
Alright.
just kind of dies, so I'm not too worried about surviving. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't really care. I haven't noticed much. But when I do my replays for defense now, it's just people trying really hard to get A2 to die, and they can't, and eventually get murdered. So it's pretty funny. It's to the point that like Luke drops everything, and then he's just slowly walking up and trying to S1, and she's taking like 5% damage, and I'm just laughing. And then he dies to an S1, and I'm like, yes, eat it. And then she slowly walks over to somebody else and murders them too.
Bullying people, not even
Yeah.
playing the game.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Love it. But, all right. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk on? I mean, we don't have much going on in the game until our next update, so hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more going on. But also in chat, if you guys got any questions, now is a good time as any.
Yeah, it's pretty big downtime in LC right now.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing much is happening. I'm just kind of. I think I have like 5 more floors to do on towers, and then I'll be done with that. And
Yeah,
then
me and DK were just running some gates earlier, just because there wasn't really anything to do. But as far as topics, I personally don't really have anything to bring up.
Yeah, Pierre in chat had an idea for Magic. He said if they were just going to do like a rework of Magic mechanics in general, that might work. Maybe something like everything being like instacast, but having like cooldowns for your spells. And maybe not. I would think they wouldn't do just automatic instant cast because we have so much cast speed gear. So like building cast speed is like there's an incentive for it. So I wouldn't think that would go away. But the idea of like things basically having a fast animation, which is maybe what you meant. Like you have like almost instant damage, like maybe only a second or two delay, and then they just go on cooldown. And then just cooldowns can vary depending on maybe the tier of the spell or something. Like maybe that could work. But the damage would also have to be really good. So that'd be another thing. And I think the reason we probably wouldn't see it is I think the animations are still there. So like all the old magic wouldn't be a thing. So if they did that, it would have to be like a new series of spells. You know?
Yeah.
Which could be a thing, because I mean, I could totally see something like magic with a cooldown coming into the game, especially when we just saw kind of experimental garbage stuff like the refreshing shop skills, because that's basically magic with a cooldown. It's just an RNG cooldown, but like it's disabled until you get a charge of it, and then you can use it, and then you have to wait for another charge to come back. So like they kind of have some of the bones there to be able to do something like that if they wanted to.
You talking about Emir shop?
Yeah, I'm talking about the stuff that we could get off there, like skill salve and defense up and like whatever that stuff is. Like they're bad, but like it's new stuff, which is promising. So like they could have just been experiments to see if they could get that tech to kind of work. So I wouldn't be too surprised.
I'm still waiting for my rainbow arc. Itis, thank you very much.
I think they're gonna bring it back. I wonder if they're gonna bring it. They have to bring it.
Shit.
Oh, I see. So Pierre's saying like if they did something like that, it would be basically everything would be instacast and like have the damage, and then anything that currently gives cast speed, it would just give like cooldown reduction on your stuff. Which, yeah, sure, totally, I'd be on board. I don't think that will happen, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. That'd be cool to see.
Definitely. Instant cast damage.
I'll take almost anything over what we got right now. So.
Have you guys noticed that in the Ether coin chance box that they increased the mother souls? Was it last event they were only giving us at step 5? They were giving us only 1 mother soul per run. Now they're giving us 10 at a 3 stock.
Yeah,
so up to
pretty good.
Up to 30 mother souls, man.
Yeah, you can farm a ton of mother souls if you're.
Yeah.
So that that is a nice passive thing to go along with how many damn runs we have to do to get that event done. You're gonna end up with a decent amount of mother souls,
and it's gonna benefit.
That's a pretty big boost.
Yeah, I haven't been burning mine too much because I've been kind of just working on getting all my other unit stuff up. Everybody's kind of been up on their SC other than like tank, and then I recently upgraded Lena. But I think I've got like 2,700 mother souls now, so I'm just like ready for whatever comes. I'm good.
Big ballin'.
Yeah, I think I was at 2,000. Now I'm at like 1,300 right now.
Yeah. No, I will say I'm in a weird space for like my autoplay for LC because I'm starting to get to the end game point where auto farming I feel like isn't gonna start being very worth for me. I have I have one arc.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
Yeah, I have one arc where I need to get 25% of my ether up, and then all my arcs are back to being maxed out on ether. And I have 2 units that are at level 97. Everybody else is 100 already. So like, other than clusters, which I basically have an infinite amount of, and I can convert them all over to like red and purple anyway, like, unless I'm auto farming to level up a new unit, like, I might just not care much, you know?
What unit 0? So, can I see this favoritism here?
What? Oh, what unit? What unit?
What 2 units are getting love?
Oh, what 2 are not getting love? That would be Rommel and Rockman.
Fuck, Rommel!
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Did you ignore the Born?
Yeah, I've ignored him.
Oh my god.
I've completely ignored him in every way. Am I not supposed to? I've ignored so many monster units. Yeah. The only monster units I've really put much time into at all is like, I mean, Spider Tank. I've put I've taught him a bunch of skills and getting him leveled up on SC and all that sort of stuff. But like,
you did Dark Melza before Rommel? Damn, that boy gets no love.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. If I don't give a shit about a unit, I'm just going to pick one blindly that's not 100 and level them. So these guys just happen to be last on the totem pole. That's just how it goes, you know?
Listen, as long as Gobble is not last.
Yeah, okay. I do have Gobble up there. I won't
judge you.
And he's 4, you know, he's at least awake in 4. He doesn't deserve my rainbow prisms though, I'm sorry. But
what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're not doing that. I ain't about that life.
What the fuck?
He's not quite good enough for that.
Purple, dang.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, you only got 7. You broke.
What?
You only got 7 of the. Only 7 of the rainbow prisms.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I don't spend that much, you know.
The prism souls.
Oh hell, I got like one.
Oh,
man.
some
I got 41. What you
That's
mean?
ridiculous.
And I spent the shit out of this.
somebody asked 5-star Blood Rose why. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because he is one of the only 3 units with a worthwhile ward, plus
Yeah,
1%
no,
MP.
Blood Rose, all the way.
Hashtag
all the way.
worth.
Damn it. MP. Yep.
Worth that radiance all the way. Just like I also have OG Theria,
Yep. Same.
Mhm.
also 5-star, because she has that 1% enhance. So yeah,
Don't mess with the Blood Rose.
that's why the Blood Rose.
You know what else is good though? You got to do Gobble's ward. 1% physical damage. Come on.
That's actually pretty okay. Like, percentages I'm interested in. It's when they give us the, like, plus 100 cap that I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, I'll do it if I have the free souls, I guess. But, like, that's not going to give me anything at all.
You're telling me you don't want Devon's ward 100 earth damage cap? Come on.
I mean, there's a lot of good Earth DPS out there. But also, I don't care. No. Plus, I don't have Devon. So, you know.
Oh,
He
that's
is-
the one unit I want, bro.
He is DOH. So,
Yo,
you know.
the goat Devon
on.
from the top. His ult, amazing.
Damn. That's the one DOH old unit that I do really want right now is Devon. And I've tried. I really have. He just doesn't want to come home. So, Panda over here with 6,500 Mother Souls. Yeah, bro, it's probably time to spend some.
Nice.
Shit, Crypt has like 14,000.
Oh, I believe it. It's crazy.
Crazy.
That's incredible. That's wild.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
wow,
bottomed out for a while there. I think the amount that I have now was just after like basically a month and a half, maybe 2 months of not spending much, like just lightly
Yeah.
spending them, and got up over 2,000. So like,
I just randomly go and spend, even though I don't need play as a character. I'm like, whatever. Let's fill this board up a little bit. That'd be nice, possibly, and like future proofing to just get everybody up to 80. Just be happy with it. The
Yeah.
collective me is kind of wanting to do it, I guess.
yeah,
Do either one of you have a rainbow pot still?
no, I wish.
No, yeah.
I've only gotten
I
one.
got mine.
Yeah, I only got one ever, and I spent it way back when they didn't matter, so it feels bad. Because now they're so much more valuable now, since you need them. You need to be 100 to 5-star.
Right.
So like a rainbow pot is actually a thing. But way back in the day, I probably spent it on something dumb like Lily or something, just because I was like, I don't have anything to spend it on. I don't even care about level 100, so I'll just use it, I suppose.
I'm
Dumb.
saving like the big red pots. I think I'm at like 120 right now. I think I should at this point with how many little ones and mediums and large ones I have, I should be able to 100 a character off of that.
Oh, you mean the the first rate power
Yeah.
potions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you need 300 of those.
Fuck.
To 100. Yeah, to get
You
what
need
you
quite
need
a
to
bit.
100, you need 300 of those.
All right,
Auto.
so I'm halfway there. A little less than halfway there then.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not there. I only got 92 of them. But
that's
I probably
good.
got a bunch of these though, so you know.
Yeah, look, dude, you got
Probably
but you
got
get even the 4-stars are really, really good.
Yeah. Not too
Damn,
bad.
how many
my
tier 2
God.
pots you guys?
That's
0?
big, dude.
What?
3,000? No, tier 2.
Oh, tier 2. Oh, these?
Oh, okay. Alright, that's not bad. That's
And this
good.
dude said, whoa, how many of the 306? What? The big golds? Click on the big golds. Is that the million?
Oh, yeah. Like
The 100,000?
who needs money? Who needs money in this game?
Bro,
Not me.
I'll
Like-
take those pots. I'll take those gold pots. Oh,
they
it's
need-
100,000. Okay.
They need to give us a reason to spend some Zell in this game. Like
Just make
all
it
we have
large.
is Godforge, which isn't enough. Like, let me just go buy an infinite amount of crap that I need. Let me just pay like 5 million for a mega cluster. I'm all about it. I'll get it.
Wait, you don't have SM Lullaby yet?
What? No.
You don't have. Oh.
Yeah, I don't have lots of people. Yeah.
Ah, dang.
Damn. Feels
Hurts
bad.
my heart.
Yeah, this is the way to come to see what units I don't have because I haven't used their shit. Beautiful. All right. Anyway, enough of just looking at this stupid crap. Anyway, speaking of rainbow pots, though, one Panda says he's got 2 in the chamber for when the Annie comes around. Nice.
Damn.
Seems good. I don't even know where you got 2 of them. I'm jealous. But also, it'd be pretty great if we got a rainbow pot for the Annie. Like, you know, 100 summons,
Oh,
a
you know
rainbow
it's
pot. Like, I could see that being on an announcement, you know? That'd be pretty
A
great.
login bonus, probably.
It'll be like the very end of
the
the
last
login
day
bonus.
login bonus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty great.
Then I'll have two.
Mine after your comments. Wait, what? Mtheria just got mine after your comments. Insta 100 is nice.
Oh man.
I should ask for a mini doctor session. Ooh.
Mini doctor
The
session.
doctor is in.
Oh, a mini doctor session. What do you mean by a mini doctor session? I mean,
What does that entail?
yeah.
Like
what do you
right now,
want?
I think
I'm about to judge you hardcore. You better choose wisely.
If it's mini, is it like close on or close off? Like, what are we talking about? What's the deal? I don't.
I mean.
Oh, in last Cloudia. Okay, all right. I'm on the right page. Just to check up.
Yeah,
all right.
was it?
Yeah. I mean, we can do something totally. I mean, we just hop in a Discord at some point and do something. Just got to give me your creds, man. Hop on and do some stuff. So
Unless you have a
connect with
question.
me. What's up?
Question. Unless he has like a mini question, just say checkup. Oh my god, copper me please. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you also just had questions, you can just ask us in here too. But
I think he has a question. I can feel it.
I feel like he does.
would like to
Like, I
see
do
a free
have-
unit choice for the Annie from Henry. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, free unit. How about a free DOH? How about that? There's enough DOH to get
So
for
Addy,
free.
Adnan and Addy, are you talking about like hopping up in here right now? Is that what's up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, did you get your gloves
Monka
on?
S.
One or two fingers.
Their gloves on.
There we go. I should be in the stream here. Beautiful.
Oh, jawline's there.
What's going on?
Huh?
Now your face is
Now I'm
back on.
there. Now I'm there.
Yeah, sorry, I popped back over.
Man, why you holding out?
I
You
don't
want
know.
them to see me?
I don't know
What
what's
the
going
fuck?
on, man. I'm
I
sorry.
think I stole your beauty,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Wow. That's the main attraction.
Okay,
Come on.
it says it's more like I want to share my unit and art collection and ask if I'm in a position to be looking for more stuff.
Sure.
More stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if now is the time, but we could totally do that. Just hop over and chat with some people in Discord, dude.
Hell yeah.
We'll
we
get
do
you
that
straightened
every
out.
night. We do it every night, honestly.
Yeah, that's what we do. So hop in. DK's got a server. I got a server.
Yeah, we mostly just.
We got some voice channels. That's how we do the whole podcast. We're just on Discord right now, so we can just
Listen,
hop in.
if you got-
hop into a thing, share a screen or whatever. Like,
If you got Mtheria, you got your DPS, that's it. That's all you
yeah,
need.
a good support and a good DPS is pretty much all you need for the most part.
Yeah.
Arcs matter. So like,
Arcs,
if
yes.
your arcs are really rough, going for more stuff is a thing. But yeah, totally. Let's connect at some point and get on that. I'm dragging this out at this point, so
Yeah.
I think we're good to just end the podcast.
There's really nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, we're kind of stretched for talking points and all that. So all right, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been a good time. We're a little bit of a lull right now on this countdown to 2-year anniversary, but hopefully we're gonna have some good stuff to come. So yeah, y'all have a good one and go forth and murder things.
Murder everything.
See you
Later,
guys.
guys. Bye.